Math 95, Quiz 6 topics, distance, rate, and time. All right, two buses leave towns 464 miles apart at the same time and travel towards each other. I want to draw a picture of this. So picture one bus leaving from here and one bus leaving from here, and they're going towards each other until they meet. Okay, we know that this total distance, it says, is 464 miles. All right, let's keep going. One bus travels 10 miles per hour slower than the other. You notice that this one didn't get as far, so that's the slower bus. And so this one's the faster bus. Okay. If they meet in 4 hours, what is the rate of each bus? So my question is, what is the rate of each bus? I don't know that right now, so those will be my variables. So x is the rate of the slower bus, y is the rate of the faster bus. Okay, I do know that the time that each one traveled is 4 hours, and so I can fill in time is 4 hours for the first bus and 4 hours for the second bus. They're starting here and they're traveling towards each other until they meet in 4 hours. Okay, and so let's remember our distance equation. We know that distance is the same thing as rate times time. Well, we have the rate and the time here, and so let's just multiply them together to get the distance. X times 4 would be 4x is the distance that the first bus travels. And so it travels 4x is this much. And then the distance that the second bus travels is its rate times its time. So y times 4 would be 4y. And so that bus's distance is 4y. And so you can see from the picture that I can make an equation out of this. I can say, oh, if you added the first bus's distance, 4x, to the second bus's distance, 4y, that would be a total distance of 464 miles. So this is my first equation. I also want an equation that relates the x and y to each other. So I go back to my problem and it says one bus travels 10 miles per hour slower than the other. So if you think about that, the slower bus, the x rate, would be a lower number than the y number. So if I started with my x number and I wanted to get up to the y number, I would have to add 10 more because it's traveling 10 miles per hour slower, so x is 10 lower than y. So we'd say x plus 10 more would make y, or x plus 10 equals y. Now this is my system of equations, and I can use this to solve by substitution. I can replace the y in this first equation with x plus 10. So this first equation becomes 4x plus 4 times x plus 10 equals 464. And so y was the x plus 10. I'm now going to distribute the 4 to both of these parts and bring down everything else. So 4x comes down, plus 4 times x would be 4x, and 4 times 10 would be 40, equals 464. 4x plus 4x is 8x, plus 40 equals 464. I subtract 40 from both sides. I have 8x equals 424. And then I would divide both of these by 8. And so 424 divided by 8 equals 53. So x equals 53. And so then to figure out what the y is, I put the x back into this equation. 53 plus 10 would equal 63, and so that's my y. So my slower bus has a rate of 53 miles per hour, and my faster bus has a rate of 63 miles per hour.